The men you want to attract will only be drawn to you when you radiate the belief that you are worthy of love, respect, and adoration. But how do you cultivate this confidence when, let's be honest, it's much easier said than done? Let's dive deep and find out how you can truly embody confidence and why it's the game changer in your life. Picture this: you walk into a room and instantly people notice you. Not because of the clothes you're wearing or the makeup on your face, but because of the energy you exude. There's something about you that draws people in a magnetic aura that makes others feel drawn to your presence. This isn't magic or luck, it's confidence. And I'm not talking about the fake it till you make it kind of confidence that only lasts until the next self-doubt creeps in. No, I'm talking about deep, unwavering confidence that comes from truly knowing who you are and owning it. That kind of confidence is contagious, and it's the type of confidence that attracts high-quality men who are ready to commit, cherish, and value you. But how do you get there? How do you get to a place where you not only feel worthy of love, but believe it to your core? Here's where it gets interesting. Most women think confidence comes from external validation. You know the drill: if I just lose 5 more pounds, get the perfect outfit, or say the right thing, then maybe I'll feel confident. But here's the truth: confidence doesn't come from outside of you, it comes from within. And if you've been seeking external validation to fill that void, you've probably noticed by now that it never truly works. Sure, a compliment here and there feels nice, but it doesn't last. So why are we so obsessed with seeking approval from others when the real power lies in how we feel about ourselves? Think about it. When was the last time you truly looked in the mirror and told yourself, I am enough just as I am? If you haven't done this recently, that's your first step. I know what you're thinking, but how do I just be confident? Isn't it something that just happens, or don't I need to wait until I feel confident first? That's the trap so many women fall into, waiting for confidence to magically appear before they take action. The truth is, you don't need to feel confident to act confident. It's a practice. Confidence isn't something that's either there or it's not. It's something you can cultivate with every thought, every step, and every action. I think of it like a muscle. You don't wake up one day with a six-pack, you build it over time. Every time you step into a room with your head held high, every time you speak your truth, every time you say no when you need to, your confidence grows. And it's in these small, consistent actions that your inner power begins to surface. But here's the kicker: confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about being comfortable in your imperfection. If you're waiting for the day when you feel 100% flawless, I hate to break it to you, but that day may never come. Instead of waiting for everything to be perfect, what if you embraced your quirks, your flaws, your mistakes, and your growth as part of what makes you amazing? Imagine the power in standing tall, not because you have it all together, but because you know that, imperfections and all, you are worthy of the best life has to offer. Let me pause here for a second. Do you ever notice how the people around you who are most successful, most magnetic, are also the ones who embrace their flaws the most? Think about it. How many times have you been drawn to someone who exudes confidence, not because they're perfect, but because they are unapologetically themselves? This is the kind of confidence that attracts the type of man who sees you for who you truly are, not who you're pretending to be. And let me tell you something: men can sense that. They can sense when you're being real, when you're comfortable in your own skin, when you're not putting on an act or trying to be someone you're not. It's in that authenticity that they find attraction, not just physical, but emotional and intellectual. But here's the real challenge: maintaining that confidence when the world tries to tear it down. Society is full of messages telling us that we're not good enough, not thin enough, not smart enough, or not successful enough. And sometimes those messages hit hard. The key is not to ignore them, but to rise above them. When you start to embody confidence, the outside noise starts to lose its power. You begin to realize that the opinions of others don't define your worth. They simply reflect where they are in their own journey, not where you are in yours. Confidence is not about being immune to criticism. It's about knowing that no matter what anyone else thinks or says, you are secure in your own value. And I'm sure at this point you're thinking, okay, but what if I'm not feeling confident right now? What if I'm still struggling with self-doubt and fear? It's easy to talk about confidence when you're already there, right? But here's the truth: no one wakes up as the embodiment of perfect confidence. Confidence is a journey. not a destination. It's okay to have moments where you don't feel at your best as part of being human. The key is how you respond in those moments. Do you shrink, hide, and retreat? Or do you rise, breathe deeply, and remind yourself of your value? The more you choose the latter, the easier it becomes. The more you practice stepping into your power, the more your confidence will grow. So here's the million-dollar question. Are you ready to step into the confidence that's waiting for you? Are you ready to stop hiding behind your insecurities and start living your life as the strong, magnetic, and self-assured woman you were always meant to be? Because when you do, the right man will see you for who you truly are, and he will be drawn to you like a magnet. But here's the catch: this journey starts with you. Are you willing to claim your confidence and own it? Because the life you deserve is waiting, but it can only find you when you embody the confidence that says, I am worthy, I am enough, and I am ready to receive the love I deserve. Have you ever felt drained after spending time with someone, unsure of where your energy went, but certain it wasn't for a good reason? Or worse, have you ever felt like you gave so much of yourself only to be left with nothing in return? It's a common experience for many women, giving, and somehow ending up with less. What if I told you that the problem isn't your generosity or your kindness, but your lack of clear boundaries? Yes, boundaries, the invisible lines that define who you are, what you will tolerate, and what you absolutely will not accept in your life. And let me tell you something, boundaries aren't just a nice to have, they're essential if you want to attract the kind of love and respect you truly deserve. Without boundaries, you will continue to attract people who take more than they give, leaving you stuck in a cycle of dissatisfaction and resentment. But when you set clear boundaries, everything changes. So let's dive in and explore why boundaries are the game changer you've been waiting for. Imagine for a moment you're standing in a room full of people. Everyone is talking, laughing, and sharing space. But you're not just any person in the room, you're the one who sets the tone, who leads with confidence, and who makes it clear through your energy and actions what is and isn't acceptable. When someone tries to cross a line, you don't shy away or people please. Instead, you stand firm in your truth, confidently saying, no, that's not acceptable, and watch as the people around you either respect your boundaries or self-select out of your life. Boundaries aren't about being mean or inflexible, they're about teaching others how to treat you and creating the space for the kind of relationships that nourish you. But here's the hard truth: boundaries aren't something you're born with. They're something you must learn to create, enforce, and protect. And if you've been avoiding setting boundaries out of fear of rejection or conflict, it's time to confront that fear head on. Let's be honest, setting boundaries can feel uncomfortable, even terrifying. Why? Because we've been conditioned to believe that people-pleasing is a virtue, that saying no is selfish, and that our worth is tied to how much we give. But here's the truth: no one told you when you don't set boundaries, you're not just hurting yourself, you're hurting the relationships around you. You're teaching people that your needs don't matter, that your feelings can be overlooked, and that you'll tolerate anything just to keep the peace. But I'm here to tell you that the peace you seek doesn't come from letting people walk all over you. It comes from a place of inner strength, self-respect, and unapologetic love for yourself. And that's exactly what happens when you set clear boundaries. You send a loud and clear message that you value yourself, your time, and your energy, and the people who truly respect you will be drawn to that energy like a magnet. But here's where most women get stuck. They think boundaries are all about saying no, and yes, no is a powerful word. But boundaries are much more than that. Boundaries are about knowing what you want, what you don't want, and being willing to stand by it, no matter how uncomfortable it feels in the moment. It's not just about cutting people off or pushing them away. It's about creating a space where both you and the people around you can thrive. It's about protecting your emotional energy and only allowing those who respect you to be a part of your life. And guess what? When you start setting clear boundaries, you'll be amazed at how much more room you have for the things that truly matter. You'll feel less stressed, less drained, and far more in control of your life and your relationships. Now, I can hear you saying, but I don't want to seem rude or demanding. What if people think I'm being too hard on them? Here's the thing: if someone truly values you, they will respect your boundaries. And if they don't, That's a sign that they don't belong in your life, no matter how much you may have hoped otherwise. The fear of being perceived as difficult or unreasonable is a trap that keeps so many women stuck in unhealthy relationships. It's the fear of rejection that prevents you from standing in your power. But let me ask you this, what's worse? The fear of disappointing someone, or the reality of living in a relationship that doesn't serve you. The truth is, the more you avoid setting boundaries out of fear of conflict, the more you're teaching others to disrespect you. And that's not something any woman should tolerate. Here's where it gets even more interesting. Once you start setting clear boundaries, you'll notice something remarkable happening. People will either rise to the occasion and respect your boundaries, or they'll start to fade away. And you know what? That's a blessing in disguise. The people who leave were never meant to be in your life in the first place. When you create boundaries, you make room for those who align with your values, your goals, and your energy. You stop attracting people who take from you and start attracting people who give to you. And this is the point where everything shifts. You're no longer chasing after validation or approval from others. You're attracting relationships that are built on mutual respect, love, and admiration. It's the kind of relationships that make your life feel expansive, not exhausting. But I know what you're probably thinking next. But what if I'm afraid of losing people? It's a valid fear. But here's the thing, when you set boundaries, you're not really losing people, you're losing the wrong people. You're losing the people who don't understand your worth, who see your kindness as a weakness, and who take advantage of your generosity. And when you let those people go, you're creating space for the kind of relationships that actually nourish your soul. Relationships where respect, trust, and love flow freely, without fear or manipulation. Here's the catch: setting boundaries isn't something you do once and forget about it. It's an ongoing process.